you have like near perfect control. You can just do so much with it.
Yeah, it's definitely a very powerful unit. It's hard to use. I guess you could say it's easy to use, hard to master. You know, at low levels, when you use it against like a mineral line or something, your opponent doesn't react quickly.
You just turn it on and get like 10 kills.
But, you know, in a pro match like this, dodging Widow Mines, able to react there very quickly, catching reinforcements. Expertly done by Sora. He takes momentum. Let's see if TY can get it back. Going into Overgrowth.
Down here in the bottom left in the red, the Terran player, it's TY.
And, of course, his opponent to the top right, it's Sora, a runner-up from last year. Looking like he wants to go to China again.
Yeah. We were talking about this so much. The first day we casted Sora for WECG, we went on about it a lot. You know, how this is this tournament. He did so well last year at WECG, a very similar kind of tournament. And we're seeing his progress very much in this whole entire tournament. He's been playing so well. He's impressed me. I feel like 3 of the players that really have impressed me in this tournament were Super, Sora, and Stats. Actually, three Protosses actually that begin with S. Funnily enough.
Yeah. Well, these 3 Protosses have impressed me a lot as well. I think TY definitely gets a big mention for his win against Dark.
Oh yeah.
Who also played, you know, a bit under the radar. I feel like we haven't talked about his performance this season, I guess you could say, as much this year as some of the other players. We did very well. You know, we had a few upsets early on in the tournament. We had Sulky fall out really early, for example, and that was a bit surprising to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it's been a fun tournament nonetheless. Cure falling out early as well. It surprised a lot of people, especially considering he fell out in last place. So we have a gas here. It looks like he wants to mine a ton more minerals, though. He wants to get a much faster Nexus.
Yeah, it's looking like it. And I got a fear for TY. You know, when you pick a map like King Station that you had banned before, the day before, and you do a specific build and it gets just totally shut down, that's like a super confidence crusher. And we talked about TY, I almost called him Taeyang because that's his name. But we talk about him a lot, how he just has trouble with his confidence sometimes. And after a game like that, you know, I can't really tell how his mind is feeling right now. It's probably not too good.
He's lost 3 games in a row, now 4 games in a row. And on top of that, oh, this is a nice little eBay block here. But on top of that, the way he lost the games is the worst part, because all of the games he lost yesterday against Stats, frankly, he was mostly destroyed. Like he got pretty crushed. I mean, yesterday's series between him and Stats could be summed up in one word: ownage, man. It was rough.
Protoss power.
and that's tough, because when you lose a game, like when you're playing against a player like Dark, like in the series where he played against Dark, hold that thought. Let's see how much this Reaper gets done. He uses the eBay block here. Well, I was going to expect him to jump into the main there, but I guess he had second thoughts because of a possible Mothership core. But anyways, going back to what I was saying, when you lose a game in a series against a player like Dark, it's a really close game. It's really hard fought. It's back and forth. It was really close. It was such a tight game. It doesn't affect your mentality because you're like, I almost had it. But in a game like last game, there was no point where he almost had it. It just didn't happen.
Yeah.
He was behind the entire game.
No back and forth. None of that. It was pretty much just from the beginning, like you said, pretty behind. And here, like you were mentioning, got a little bit cut off. The Reaper, you know, he could have jumped in the main. He got a little bit scared by the possible Mothership core, but he misses the entire scout on the Stargate, and he has no idea now. He made a bunker at the front because he's just trying to be safe. He's like, okay, I need a bunker just in case, you know, maybe blink on the way.
Notice he checks for proxies and even goes as far as the gold base just to make sure that there isn't a rushed Oracle coming out that's like going down that trajectory right now. But I don't think he knows, but he's still playing it safe with a turret. Now, of course, the Reaper is going to confirm. Good building placement here by Sora. In fact, did he see that? No, he didn't.
Not
even. God.
He may be able to.
No, he doesn't even see it.
He doesn't know.
He has a turret, though. He does have a turret. I don't know where it is. Looks like it's in the main base, probably in his main mineral line.
Yeah.
Yep. So as long as he keeps his, workers, he pulls them pretty well. He's not going to lose too much here, but it's impossible to, of course, protect everything with one turret.
Very nice micro, though. He saves all of them. Not even one kill on this Oracle.
Yeah, that was really nice play there. Only 2 SCVs damaged.
Yeah.
Taking a few more pot shots there out of the bunker.
Bit unfortunate here for Sora. May not be the MVP unit in this game.
Not yet.
Not yet, that's true.
He does
There's
actually,
still time.
He avoids hit point damage. Look at his bravery, too. He is really a master of the Oracle.
Yeah, it's really cool. You know, not even going in to try to get some damage there in the middle, just for the scout to see where the units are. Just superb control.
He's even bringing Stalkers up here. He's trying to scare TY.
Yeah.
As he knows that once the Reaper's gone, there's no way for him to actually gain any other information except a scan.
And he still doesn't get any kills here. He finally gets the first one.
He knows the damage a turret does, trying to avoid hit point damage. Stalkers up at the front. He's got that Colossus, you know, tech up on the way here.
Yeah, pretty fast. He's adding 2 extra gates.
And of course, the build that TY has done is pretty standard, pretty normal here. Keep in mind the Oracle also forces these 2 turrets. And the reason why that SCV is there, for those of you guys wondering, is to see if any Stalkers or other units come up or any forward pylons get really close. And he periodically, of course, is checking with that to see if there's any Stalkers. He can't stay out there at the front because the Oracle will just kill him, but he keeps that unit there so he can pop it out and check. Now he's got enough units where he feels comfortable enough to actually move out. There's another 3rd turret here, so he's pretty safe.
This is unbelievable, Sora's Oracle control. It survives with 1 health, gets 3 kills, and it's not going to die to that turret either.
Nope, just barely out of range.
Crazy, man.
But this is a crazy amount of pressure coming out here for TY as well. 32 army supply of it marching across the map. Only 2 Marauders. Nexus Cannon is everything here. At first Colossus with force fields. In
the face of this attack, he's like, no, I'll just throw down my 3rd base. It'll be fine. But unfortunately for him,
that's scouted.
Yeah, it gets scouted here. It's going to be hard to defend as well.
Yeah, he's going to have to cancel that probably. But you know what? Actually, with these sentries here, TY is not confident enough to stick around. And that's... Oh, nice. That's a tough decision to make right there. I think TY made the right one at the end of the day. There's just too much at stake to actually stick around there against that Colossus and all those sentries. Oh, this scout on the drop is so unfortunate. Oh, did he actually see it?
No.
I don't think so.
Not quite. And, you know, he dragged the army of Sora way out of the main base here. Sora does have this observer right in position here. Should be able to see that.
Yep. But he doesn't have anything here besides his first Colossus coming back. He's going to have to do another warp in. And he's got that Nexus Cannon already set up as well. 3 Stalkers. Targets the medevac. 1 Widowmine gets burrowed.
Uh-oh. No, not the best shot. You know, it only gets 1 of those Stalkers there.
Oh, but that one gets 4 probes there at the last second.
Yeah. You know, it was really hard for Sora to control that moment in the game because the army of TOI was moving so threateningly towards that 3rd base, so he had to keep some units over there, so he couldn't get a full defense on that drop. And some pretty nice economic damage gets done while TY takes that 3rd base.
Yep, TY's going to have this 3rd base. He's going to have triple mules. He's powered up a ton of gateways. The only thing that's really missing for TY is Vikings. Had he had some Vikings here, he'd be in a really happy place in this game, just knowing that he's done a decent amount of economic damage. His 3rd base is fairly secure. The issue, though, is the lack of Vikings, and that's something that's going to be very terrifying to him. He has to keep on the pressure to make sure that Sora's army never even approaches his 3rd base location. Sora's about to see that 3rd base with this Phoenix coming over here.
Yeah, should be able to scout that. It looks like he does with that mini-map. And again, even though Sora does lose that that Oracle, he still gets the Revelation on this army and on the Medevacs as well. So he's going to be pretty safe against any drops, even as observers towards the right side of his main base as well. So he's going to be pretty safe here.
Yeah, absolutely. But this the pressure, the presence of those drops, knowing that they could be there, means he kind of has to stay at home. At this point, we do see one of those TY drops, a triple drop in this case, headed over there, but there's a greeting party, a welcoming party.
Yep. Blink is not done just yet. Looks like it's about 30 seconds out, and he needs more time to defend these drops very well. He's going to drop here at the 3rd base. Widow Mines are coming down. Does he notice it? The Marine is shooting. He's got to move those probes. Very nice micro there. Only losing 2 probes, but he's dropping in at the natural at the same time. How many kills does this one get?
Looks like about 2 additional ones there. And he does escape. This was the one location that Sora did not have an observer. This location where he approached from the top left is not the location that Sora expected. These drops are starting to actually add up. They're starting to do a lot more damage. And this one, not so much. In fact, he loses it, but...
Loses everything there.
Oh, this Widowmine, if it's targeted, which TY was clicking on it right there. Could do a little bit more. I don't know how much it got, actually. I didn't quite see. But it is taken out now. He has a second starport coming up here. That's going to allow him to make a lot more Vikings. His medevac count is insanely high because this is stylistically how TY likes to play this matchup. Very similar to how Flash likes to play it, actually.
Yeah.
Is to just make a ton of medevacs and keep dropping constantly. We've seen Polt play like this as well as Bomber. It's a very aggressive Terran versus Protoss style.
Yeah, and it makes sense. You know, two Terrans on the same team ought to play pretty similarly here.
He just likes to skip Vikings as long as possible, just so he has so much more drop potential. Then when he has enough medevacs to where he's like, okay, this is all the medevacs I'm even going to want probably for this game until I lose them, now I'm going to make Vikings.
Yeah.
It's just so much more potential for damage. Few Zealots do actually sneak by here. That Zealot might be a tell, but hold that thought, because here comes a big attack. The lack of Vikings makes it hard to commit. Oh, the Stalker's going to chase. I think they are. There's a big retreating blink. Meanwhile, Zealots are actually about to hit this third base, and he's going to have to pull SCVs out of here.
Yes, he will, or suffer a lot of damage like he is right now, getting a ton of kills, but a ton of kills actually in the main base. You see 10 probes there on the left.
Yeah.
Must be a drop going on in the main base at the same time.
And Widowmines are doing a lot of damage here.
3 Widowmines there. You can see him all burrowed, getting a ton of kills, so even more damage than the Zealots did.
Sora still has a very scary army, though. There's only a few Vikings on the map. They're coming in of, 3s and 4s now, though, out one by one. The upgrades as well for Sora in his favor right now.
Oh,
he didn't even recognize it. And now they're actually able to sneak around. Uh-oh. Stalker's getting in a very aggressive position here. Might be able to take a pot shot on that CC or two while he's on his way out.
Not sure about that one, man. That looked like a move command. I'm not sure where he was going with that one. I think he was really trying to snipe some Vikings or something.
I think he's really freaking out about the Widowmines, too. Storm is a problem, another problem, tech-wise, that TY doesn't yet have an answer for. He's starting the Ghost Academy now. Blind scan here. Looks like he thought there was an observer. Don't think there was one.
Yeah. Storm is done now.
So if Sora actually takes a fight right now, it's going to go his way. But again, this is something that TY has constantly been avoiding throughout this game, is just trying to drop and keep Sora's army away from where he's fighting. And what he can do with that, of course, is to just get the tech out, get his upgrades out. He wants to go for the late game. He wants to get there peacefully without a straight-up engagement. However, this could be a good angle for him. Nice blink to counter it.
Yeah. Control of Sora so far with his Oracles, with his Stalkers, all very, very good. Besides that one time he did the move command, but besides that.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the story on that one.
We can forgive. Forgive and forget.
And 2 pylons here not canceled. But this army is the death ball, man. This is the best death ball you can hope for. About to have 2-2 as well, but I mean, when you have this much AoE damage, what's a Terran to do?
Yeah, really, really nice force fields there. Picks off a really big part of the army, and going for the fight right now is Sora. Big storms on the Vikings, moving forward the Colossi very, very aggressively. The Vikings all go down so fast now.
Yeah, TY doesn't even try to control those. He's working on his drop in the main base, it looks like, which is doing a little bit of damage, but this game is over.
GG.
GG. I have to say that engagement was very sloppy, and we got to see a very brief shot of TY. His head's in his hands. It looks like he's about to cry. And yet again, we're going to have to see the KT coach go in there and tell his player, you know, hey man, you're down, but you're not out.
Yeah, let's see if he can work some magic once again, like he did with stats.
Yeah, you know, your
earlier.
Your teammate Stats was in the same position. He was able to come back and win the whole thing. You just got to stay calm here. You know, it's tough playing these TVPs against a player who's very well versed in these maps and these strategies, and actually, clearly, I think he really has a good grasp on TY's style. Sora loves to play games where he just puts an opponent out of their element, and that's why he does so well in tournaments like this.
Very true. If you remember the games